welcome to another episode of the Realsophy Real Estate Podcast. My name is Sophia Georges, and I'm the broker owner of Realsophy Real Estate. And as always, here at Realsophy, we aspire to inspire to build a real estate empire. And we do so by harnessing the power of a team of experts and data to provide you with the knowledge and insights to make the best informed decisions for your families. So it's that time again this month to give you the latest marketing data here with the housing market. I'm going to go over briefly the national stats and then specifically the statistics here in the state of New Jersey where Realsophy is based. But before I get into all of these number crunching, I want to just share with you just some upcoming events that we've got going on here at Realsophy that may be of interest to you, which I think would be if you are interested in a career in real estate. We have our career open house. It's in person here at the Realsophy office, 1934 Washington Valley Road in Martinsville, New Jersey. You can register at realestatecareeropenhouse.eventbrite.com. It's on Saturday, October 5th from 12 to 2 p.m. So if you're interested in a career, we're going to be going over what it takes to be a real estate agent, what the expectations are, and then some specifics about being a Realsophy real estate agent. And then some fun for the entire family. At the end of the month on October the 26th, we are having our Realsophy trunk or treat here at the office again. It's October 26th, 12 to 2. To register, please go to spooktacularhalloween.eventbrite.com. I love these events with the families. It's so much fun. So if you can make it, and if you want to participate, it's totally optional. You can decorate the trunks of your cars too, and undertake in the celebrations. But all are welcome. It's a community event, so I hope to see you guys there. All right, let's get into the numbers now. So the monthly indicators for the month of August 2024 just came out. We're always 1 month lagging behind on this. So what we have seen nationally is a slight increase in the sales. They attribute that to some lower mortgage rates. However, the inventory that just tweaked up just a little bit nationally, 0.8%, not much. Despite the inventory going up a little bit, the demand is still outpacing the inventory. And of course, what is that doing? It is continuing to raise home prices, and the median home price has risen by 4.2% nationally. And that is the 13th straight month of increase in the median home price. So New Jersey, we see something very similar with some minor differences that kind of coincide with what is being seen nationally. So the 1 year change in closed sales had increased by 6.6%. So that's the number of homes that actually sold. And we'll get into what I believe that number is attributed to. The 1 year change in homes for sale has decreased 1.9%. That's 1 year change. That is indicative of the decrease in the amount of inventory. And the 1 year change in the median sales price, just as was seen nationally to increase, has also increased in New Jersey over the 1 year change of 6.7%. So let's talk a little bit about the inventory, because as we all know right now, inventory seems to be the biggest driver of these home prices that we're seeing going up month to month and year over year. So what we are seeing inventory of homes for sale is that from July of 24, so just over the month July to August, we really have, we've seen a slight dip in that, not a significant change, but we have seen a slight change. So it went from about 15,800 single family homes, if we're just looking at single family, down to about 14,896. And we saw a similar tick down in that in townhomes and also adult community homes. So the inventory of homes continues to be a challenge here in New Jersey. So from August of last year till now, we've seen a decrease in inventory of about 3.6%. If you follow me on social media, you would hear me talk a lot about the rationale behind this inventory shortage. there is a lock-in effect with these home sellers that we're continuing to see. People have less than 4% mortgage rates locked in. That's attributed to about 62% of all mortgages currently have less than 4%. 80% have less than 5% mortgage rates, and 86% have less than 6% mortgage rates. Mortgage rates are still over 6%, so we have not really seen a lot of home sellers that are anxiously awaiting to get out there and put their homes on the market, because a home seller also is a home buyer and they don't want to lose that low mortgage rate. So we are still seeing that that lock-in effect still in control here when we're talking about inventory of homes for sale. As a result, a drop in the inventory of homes for sale here in New Jersey. We spoke nationally how the closed sales went up. Here in New Jersey, the closed sales have pretty much remained the same from July to August of this year. Not much change. Year over year, closed sales have gone up, which is a good thing, right? But again, when you look at the inventory as well, being so low, it's not really having effect on controlling these home prices and affordability for home buyers. So mortgage rates actually dropped in July. Okay, mortgage rates are independent of the Fed rate. We heard a lot about the Fed rate in recent weeks. The Fed rate had cut the rate by 50 basis points, and everybody was so excited about mortgage rates going down and talking about mortgage rates, and you heard so many people out there, run, go get your mortgages, go get your mortgages. But I just want to make a very fine point on this so everybody understands. Mortgage rates are not driven by Fed rates. Mortgage rates are driven by the yield rates, which are the 10-year yields and longer, so the longer loan term. So those are dictated by the yields. The yield is acts independently of the Fed rate, but it did in July go down in anticipation of the Fed rate cuts. So these mortgage rates that you're seeing today at 6.2%, 6.3%, somewhere hovering around there, were actually baked in since July. So July, we should, if this was to have some sort of an effect, we should have seen an uptick in closed sales from July to August, and we really did not see a change. It was virtually unchanged, and that was a number that I was particularly wanting to look at. In July, we had 5,893, and in August, we had 5,885. Okay, that's only about 8 difference, right? So month to month, we're pretty much unchanged. Year over year, we do have an increase in that, but I just wanted to make that point because a lot of home buyers out there don't understand that the Fed rate is independent of the yield and mortgage rates. So please speak to us, give us a call. We'll be happy to hook you up with our experts on these rates. There's so many options out there. I don't want home buyers to get discouraged. There's a lot of options out there, and everybody has a customized solution to whatever your goals are as far as you buying a home, your timing, your motivations. So we're here to work with you to give you that customized experience by providing you with the experts in the field, providing you with the data so that you can navigate through this mortgage rate discussions that we're having around the Fed rates and the yields and so forth. Okay. Now we spoke about how inventory affects home prices. When you have that low supply of inventory, but you've still got this demand, a higher outpaced demand, that naturally results in higher home prices. So median sales prices have increased over the last year by 5.6%. Month to month from July to August, it went down slightly, pretty much has remained the same. The numbers we're referring to right now in August is about $591,000 median sales price in the state of New Jersey. One important thing I want to note is that we are at a 14-year high still with these median sales prices. We used to be at $350,000, and that was really over the last 14 years up until about 2020. And then we started to see the skyrocketing home prices. So we're at that 14-year high. Good news is the median price has not changed month to month, but it has changed over the last year. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that. And of course, that is based on the inventory changes as well. Average sales price tends to run higher when you look at when you take all of the sales and you average the number out rather than looking at the median, what's in the middle. For August, the average sales price was $738,000. It's a huge number in New Jersey, and that did go up since July. And year over year, for single family homes in particular, that had increased by 7.1%. So prices are continuing to be on the rise. And offers are still coming in over the asking price. By August of 2024, coming in by almost 4% over asking price. So why is that important to know? Well, as a home buyer, if you're going to see a home, just keep that in mind. The competition is still fierce out there for these homes. And it's sometimes hard. You may miss out on a couple of homes that you loved in the beginning because you can't put your head around offering these kinds of prices over the asking, but you learn quickly that yes, the market is still a competitive market out there, and that as well is at a 14-year high. Now, housing affordability. Housing affordability is the result of all of what we've just discussed. The low inventory, the rising home prices, mortgage rates. I mean, it's all kind of cooked in there together, right? So housing affordability has decreased drastically in the last 3 to 4 years. What does that mean? It means that what your income that you're earning to qualify for a home has dropped in comparison to the sales prices. So what percent, in other words, what percent are you earning? What qualifying income are you earning for an average priced home or median priced home? So the number we saw in August of 2024 here in New Jersey was 78%. So that means that you're only earning 78% of what is needed to qualify for a median priced home in New Jersey. And again, that is at a 14-year low. And year over year, if you're looking specifically at single family homes, that is increased by 1.3% slightly. However, it's not much. It's not much in comparison to everything else. We're still at only 78% affordability for the month of August. Why is this? Well, this is where it's the inflation story that if you follow me, you would have heard about the inflation story. The last CPI number, which is the Consumer Price Index that was reported, was at 2.5%. The goal of the Federal Reserve was 2%. What is CPI? CPI is a collection of all of the goods and services that a household spends. It's the cost to live, the cost of living. It's your utilities, your rents, your insurance, your medical care, all of that put together. So it is still, inflation has still kept our affordability much lower than what is needed for you to qualify for a median priced home. Ideally, you want inflation to be between 1% and 2%. Their goal, again, I said was 2%. We were at 2.5%. And that CPI number, it really only counts housing rents. But if you take into account everything that's involved with you living, your shelter costs, it really accounts for almost 70% of your shelter costs. Like your housing is almost 70% of this CPI number. So it's astonishing when the Federal Reserve sort of doesn't address the housing market issue as much as I would have liked when they gave their announcement of this 50 basis point cut. I feel that there needs to be more incentives out there for home sellers to sell their homes, to get the supply up. But it remains to be seen what will be done. But I believe that it needs a complete overhaul with our economy, which includes getting spending under control by our government, increasing revenues, increasing wages. So it's going to take an effort among, as a government as a whole to act on this so that we can increase our affordability and get you guys into a home that you've dreamed about, as having the home being the basic principles of wealth building, right? That's what we all want. So that takes care of home sales. Now, one thing, let's talk a little bit about rents in New Jersey. So I went back and I wanted to see what the rents were over the last 3 years and how they have changed. Rentals have been in high demand because of the lack of inventory. People need a place to go, so they're looking for rentals in the interim, so they have a place to live. And some people have opted to rent because they found it to be a more affordable approach than buying currently, with the mortgage rates being where they're at. So what I have seen is 1 bedrooms over the last year have increased by 8.2%. Over the last 3 years, 1 bedrooms have increased in rent by 25.5%. 2 bedrooms over the last year have increased by nearly 2%, and 6.8% over the last 3 years. 3 bedrooms, which I think are in very high demand, especially for families looking, as a place to just sort of park their things while they're trying to find a house. That has increased by nearly 11% over the last year. And the 3-year rent increase, 47.7% here in New Jersey. And if that's not high enough, the 4 bedrooms have increased by 17.4% over the last year, and 4+ bedrooms over the last 3 years have increased by 51.5% here in New Jersey. So guys, affordability continues to be a challenge. And like I said, we're gonna need to see more fiscal responsibility as a solution to solving this problem. Now, New Jersey, being where it is as a metropolitan center of a couple metropolitan areas with Philly and New York, we tend to see higher prices than we see in other parts of the nation. These prices tend to be consistent with what you see on the West and the Northeast. You may see some differences in the Midwest, but when I look overall at affordability, it doesn't matter what part of the country you are from, affordability does continue to remain a challenge. So I want to thank you all for tuning in and hearing the latest statistics nationally and in the state of New Jersey for homes for sale and homes for rent. Stay tuned for the next episode of the Realsophy Real Estate Podcast, where we will break down all of this data once again for you and see if there's any changes that have been made since the last time we had this discussion. And hopefully we will have changes that help benefit you to get you into a home and let you live the American dream. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to answer them. We do have a team of experts. It's never too early to start looking for a home, and it's never too early to start thinking about selling your home. There's a lot involved in between, a lot in the process. It's good to get a jump start on this, and we are here to help you every step of the way, no matter what it takes. We give you customized approach, and we love what we do here. We have a great team of agents, and we enjoy it so much, and we're here to serve you to make sure that all of your needs are met. Thank you all for tuning in to the latest Realsophy Real Estate Podcast, where we broke down all the data and the statistics. I look forward to the next one, and don't forget to tell everybody to like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for tuning in.